How do you stop starting new projects and not completing them with Gemini moon in the A house? Yeah, so that's like shadow Gemini, especially because it's in the A house. There's a lot of like shadow energy that you'd have to integrate in terms of Gemini. My recommendation for Gemini energy is like work on something, push through until you get to like 80% of the project, and then start something else. Because it's like Gemini start something and they don't get that instant, let's say, gratification, or it's not exciting anymore, it's not new anymore, it's not fun anymore, or it's just not interesting anymore, or they just get distracted and then they move on to the next thing. And it's like, if you had stuck and saw that thing until the end, you would have maybe like seen the rewards for it, for example. That's the struggle with the earlier signs. Aries can be like that too. You can push through, you know what I mean, that initial, this is not interesting anymore, this is boring now, or just like, because there's gonna be like peaks and troughs when you start something, for example, and it's like you're not gonna get the instant gratification. It's not that type of plane. Like down here, it's very much like the things that get rewarded are things that you put in time and effort and like energy towards. So that's kind of what Gemini is mastering. So when you get it to like 80% or even 90%, then you can start something new. The best way you can kind of look at it is like when you look at any company that became like a bigger brand, usually they start with one thing. So it's like if it's lipsticks, just focus on the lipsticks and then have that blow up, and then you can add eyeshadows, for example, and then the skincare and so on and so forth. That's kind of like the idea. Start with the one thing and then you start to branch out when you've gotten it to a certain point. But it's like you're gonna have to push through that, like, oh, this isn't interesting anymore. This other thing is more interesting. Like the distraction energy is really what that is.